if you're in prison, you better learn assertive communication. I remember when I first got to prison and everybody was trying to sell something because they all have their side hustles, or I guess it's their real hustle. And there's this gal that kept following me around and going, "Hey, Louder, you want to buy some cheesecake?" So cheesecake in prison was made with a whole carton of coffee creamer, and they would mix it with lemon juice to thicken it and put it on ice. And I didn't want cheesecake made out of coffee creamer. I just didn't want it. But I bought it a few times just to make her go away. Really bad thing to do. And then I was telling my counselor one day, I said, "Hey, this girl keeps hitting me up to buy cheesecake." And he goes, "Tell her no." And I go, "Well," and he goes, "No, Louder." He goes, if you can't learn how to say no in prison, you're in big trouble. Well, by the end of my sentence, I had learned how to communicate assertively and set boundaries because, man, I cared more about my own comfort than I did everyone else's. And I remember I was living on a floor that was a pretty calm floor, and across the room from my room, there was some girls that moved in that were pretty loud and pretty wild. And one time they got themselves some cigarettes, which made me so mad. Like, I went over and I said, "You guys knock that crap off. Go do it in the rec yard if you want to do that, because you're going to bring heat on the rest of us." And another time they stayed up late and got themselves into some trouble. And so the lieutenant called me over because he saw me get up and go to the bathroom. I didn't even know what they were doing over there, but he wanted to talk to me about it, which made me super mad. So I went over to their room and I just said, "Hey, you guys knock it off. I live here too. And when I'm getting called over to the lieutenant's office, it's a problem." And one of the girls in the room says, "Oh, you gonna go snitch?" And another girl in the room, she's like, "She ain't no snitch. If she was gonna snitch, she would have a long time ago." I go, "I'm not snitching. I'm telling you to your face, you need to knock it off." And so that's how I learned how to communicate assertively in federal prison.